Welcome everyone to another episode of Slasher Scotty. I am your host Scotty McCoy, and I have a musician on the phone. This is my first musician that I have actually on as a guest. His name is Benjamin Boyd, and hi Benjamin, how you doing?
Doing pretty good.
It's
How's it
great.
going?
It's going great, going great. Finished work about an hour ago, so got a little bit of time to prep, and now we get to do this interview, which is exciting.
Yes.
So the first question I have for you is, how did you get your start into music?
Well, I have always been doing music stuff growing up. I was always in choir in school and whatnot. And then in about eighth grade, I think, I started writing my own songs, just lyrics and whatnot, and like the melodies to them. And then from there, I ended up finding a local producer to work with. So that kind of
Nice.
got my start in actually like getting stuff produced.
Awesome. Awesome. So how old are you now?
I am 24.
Nice. You've been doing it for a while. That's
Oh, yeah.
exciting. That's exciting. So, what made you want to become a musician?
I don't know. I guess it's just I've always had a creative spark in me that needed to like come out.
Hmm.
I'm always like thinking about making something new. It's like being an inventor.
Right. Exactly. And you always like it's funny because people draw inspiration from everywhere and they get like their creative thoughts. I know we were talking earlier today and you said about like you like when you want to right before you go to bed you end up thinking of something creative and
Hmm.
that's like with me I either get all my creativity in the shower, which is why I take really long showers, or like if I have to be up at like 4:30 for work, I end up having, getting these thoughts in my head that I have to like, okay, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. I gotta write it down, or I'm gonna forget about it, or something like
Right.
that. And it kind of gets very annoying after a while because it's like I need to do this, but I also need my sleep.
And that's like one of the most frustrating. It's like great, but it's really frustrating
It
because
really
it's
is.
like, oh my God, I'm about to sleep, but like if I don't write these lyrics, I'm gonna forget them. Or if I don't record this melody on my phone real quick, I'm
Hmm.
gonna forget it. And it's just like you gotta, because
Yes,
otherwise you're gonna miss out on some good stuff.
exactly, exactly. So from your latest album, which song do you relate to the most and why?
Oh well, they are all pretty personal because the whole album is it's called Therapy, and the theme
Okay.
of it is just like stuff that I've had to go through and like
Right,
growing from it and like healing and whatnot.
right.
But I would say the one that I relate to the most would probably be the first track. It's
Okay,
called Better Reason to Cry
okay.
because, quite frankly, a lot of people have put me through a lot of things,
Hmm.
but I cannot let them bring me down.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I get that a lot too. I was bullied a lot growing up. I have Tourette syndrome and all that, so that was a big part of it. And I understand completely that, like, especially because I know you're open and everything, you're out and everything, you're married and all that. And the fact that people just, they use that against you, or they use even social media as a weapon instead of as a launching pad to success. And it's like, why can't people just treat everybody with respect?
mhm.
And I know I get that a lot as well, and it does become crazy. And I mean, especially when you're successful like you are, like, releasing your album and everything, like, it seems like the people that are haters are more the ones that are jealous.
Yeah, for the most part, that's how I see it.
Yeah.
People want to bring other people down just to bring themselves up.
Yeah, exactly. And I always got the motivation, and I'm sure you could relate to this. I always say the haters are my motivators.
That's honestly how I feel about. We're not going to get super into this, but that's how I
Right.
feel about my dad.
Right.
I live in spite of him.
Yes, exactly. And that, I mean, it's funny. And the best part is the bigger you become, you'll see that the people that did bully you, or the people that did, bring you down, they'll be the ones asking for your autograph. Like
Hmm.
I had my movie premiere, was it in July, and I had people showing up that bullied me in high school, and they were literally buying my merchandise, asking me for my autograph and a picture with me. Like, it's great. It's a great feeling. It's like, you guys bullied me, and now you are coming asking me for this information. So it's really a great feeling to know that, these people put me through this, and now, whatever. Like, you're coming to me now.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually in the past year I've had three different people that bullied me back in middle school
Wow.
message me on Facebook and like say, "Hey, I'm sorry that we ever did that to you. You didn't really deserve that." And I'm
That's
just
great.
like, huh. It's
That's
funny how
great.
time changes stuff.
Exactly. It's like I wasn't good for you then, but now that I'm, becoming more of myself, whether it's, becoming famous or writing music and getting it released or doing a movie or writing a book or whatever you're doing, and then they come and ask you. But if you were probably doing nothing, it's like they probably wouldn't even ask you for anything, like even apologize because you're just that normal person that was in school with them.
Hmm.
And it's really insane, like how people are. But so, do you write all your own songs? And if yes, what is the process in doing all of that?
So yeah, I definitely have written every single song that I put out.
Okay.
Um, my process. I've been asked this before, and it's really all over the place. Sometimes I like have a topic or a word or like
Right.
just a song title, and then I'll build off of that.
Mm-hmm.
But then sometimes I just get like a really good melody, and I'm like, okay, I need to put some kind of words to this.
Right.
And then sometimes I'll just come up with a really good like phrase or like hook, and I'll be
Right.
like, okay, let's build around that. So it's just completely all over the place.
Right. Now, do you do you rhyme your words at all, or
Do I what?
do you like rhyme your words at all?
Rhyme them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always make sure that the words rhyme pretty well.
Okay. So here's a question that's kind of out there, because this can either backfire at me because it's not gonna because it won't make my point valid because it wouldn't come off as funny because if you didn't watch the show. But did you ever watch The King of Queens?
I did not.
Ah, dang. So basically, in the one episode, it was a Christmas episode, and Arthur Spooner, who is like this, he's one of the main stars, he's the older man, and like his nerdy friend or whatever that's younger. Basically, they're trying to write a Christmas song because they want to cash in on like the money of making a Christmas music and being big and everything with the holidays. So they're trying to think of a way to start writing the one song, and Arthur, he's funny. He's played by Jerry Stiller, Ben Stiller's father.
Okay.
He asked Spence, who is his real name is Patton Oswalt. He asked him what rhymes with poinsettia. So it's like, how do you rhyme something with that? But if you watched the show, that would have been more funny.
Yeah, I've always been a like word and spelling and grammar kind of person growing
Nice.
up. So like finding rhymes for the most random crap, I'm really good at.
That's awesome. Like, did you ever? Okay, let's try this one. Did you ever watch Drake and Josh?
Yeah, I watched a bit of it. Yeah,
Okay, so did you ever see the one where Drake is trying to think of something that rhymes with orange
door hinge.
and door hinge? Yep.
Yep.
At least that I should have started off with that one. But yes, that like it's pretty funny, like how and it's funny how he even found out about that. Josh just hits himself in the face, and he said, "I hit myself. Ran into the door hinge." It's like, oh,
Right.
there's my inspiration. Who is your musical inspiration in you doing what you do?
I mean, growing up, I never really had one specific person, but I will
Okay.
say these days, one of my biggest idols and like motivations is probably Kelly Clarkson because she's just like one of the most real artists out there. Like
Yeah.
you can just tell that her personality is 100% real.
Mhm.
And if you actually look into what she's like been through with her
Mhm.
music career and how much her label was trying to control her,
Mhm.
I just am proud of her. She always stuck with what she wanted to do, and
That's awesome.
yeah.
That's so awesome. So I'm actually gonna do a bonus question here. So
Ooh,
you play the
spicy.
guitar, right?
I do not.
You do not.
Actually.
Why did I think I seen a picture of you playing a guitar? I don't know. Maybe it was somebody else. I could have swore it was you.
I own a guitar.
You do own a guitar. Okay, so maybe I did.
I just
Maybe I did see a picture then.
You might have seen a picture of a guitar in my house.
Okay,
Yes.
that might have been what it was. So do you play any musical instruments? Is where I was going with that.
I play a little bit of piano.
Okay.
I'm not the best music reader, but I play most of what I play just by ear, like
Okay.
what sounds right. I can always tell if something's like off key or if it's not
Mhm.
meshing well. So
Okay. cool. So, do you plan on booking any gigs or concerts to perform your music?
Well, there's no plans in the near future.
Yeah, obviously with COVID, yeah. What about doing like, like a live demonstration type thing? Even doing like maybe, like Eventbrite is a ticket site, so maybe charge like say $5 a ticket and like maybe have a Zoom room or have like invite people to some type of, video conference and they can watch you like perform or something. Ever think of something like
I
that?
I never thought of that.
I
I might
mean,
have to do that.
yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, a lot of it is now just online. I know if we didn't have our movie premiere, we were because we sold a bunch of tickets. We sold like I believe it was like $1,300 in tickets already for the premiere. And if we didn't have it in the theater in July, we were gonna try one more time in August. And if it didn't happen then, we were gonna go right to a Zoom platform in September.
Huh.
I mean, you only get like an hour with if you have more than two people in it, and like for the free plan, but it's not. I don't think it's
Uh,
that much money if you make money obviously with ticket sales. I don't think it's that much money for it's per month I believe, and you get to have more than that many people, and for I think it's like maybe 24 hours or something like that time period, and obviously you won't be playing for 24 hours.
mhm.
So I mean that's something even to think about and look into. That would actually be pretty cool. And hey, I'll be there.
All right.
Yeah, something to think about. Do you have any future albums in the works? And if yes, can you tell us anything about them?
So I do.
Okay.
Like I said, I literally just released my most recent one
Mm-hmm.
less than a month ago, but
All right.
I am working on the follow up already.
Nice.
Um,
So, go
I can
ahead.
tell you the title.
Okay.
It's called Trials.
Okay.
So
All right. Do you
after
do you have like a planned release date?
not yet.
Okay.
I get very impatient with wanting to put my music out like as soon as it's finished, as soon as possible. But I need to let this current album play its course for a little bit longer before I
Yeah.
start thinking about the next one. So I'm just going to keep making music and
All
then
right.
decide on that later.
Awesome. So now this album you just released, this is your first one?
No, it is actually the third. There were
Nice.
2 EPs before that.
Awesome. Now, how many songs are on all three albums?
So the first EP is 5, the second one is 7, and then this one is 14.
Nice. So they keep increasing. Maybe the fourth one will be, maybe 16 to 20, maybe.
Maybe.
You never know. So where can listeners find your songs so they can, if they want to listen to them?
My music is on pretty much every online store or like streaming platform or whatever.
Okay.
The only one that for some reason my music is not on is Pandora, from what I've seen.
Okay.
Pandora is apparently very picky with what they put on their
Mm-hmm.
service.
Yeah. So do you have to pay for it? If so, how much? Any of that information?
I know on iTunes this most recent album is $9.99.
Okay.
But I mean, if you have Apple Music or Spotify or whatever, you can just stream it. It's
Yeah.
also all on YouTube. So
Okay, awesome. Sounds great. And let's see. So the last question I have for you actually is, do you got any websites or social media accounts that you would like to promote to the listeners so they can stay updated on what you have to offer?
yes. So my Instagram is Benjamin Boyd 96.
Okay.
My Twitter is Ben9615, and my YouTube channel is just Benjamin Boyd. I should be one of the first results if you type
Awesome.
that in, though.
Awesome. Well, that sounds great. I will definitely check that out as well. And if anybody hears this after it releases, like this interview finishes and releases, then you can obviously go to iTunes and Spotify, Google Podcast Anchor, because this part's going to be in the sneak peek, and you can listen, follow him on the social media platforms that he mentioned, and give him a shout out, and go and listen to some of his music, support his great talents, because I'm pretty sure that they are great. I'm definitely going to check them out myself.
Woo!
Awesome.
Agreed.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Not a problem. You have a great rest of your day and you stay safe.
Thank you. You too.
Yep. Bye.